He's unbeaten boxer 60-0. UK and Modromona, Ibemba, Monipesha, was on the Modiaka money, website. She, Ikaka Ghana, ni Ghana Gini, Ilaje, Ibanani Bico, ni Jim Second, they told me the boxer said, Susu, I look at my person. Can boxer said, to Ibanamo, Yami Jim Sa. I know I'm a James Lee for like a safety. Jim said, because going here down, going here, conclude down. Unani be short in the way you can have few, I know can I will put you. You already you will feel when you talk when you go Abaja. Yes, I'm people to a billion. And you know, when I give you more fuel. She can what they mean when you meet anywhere or be paid. I'll ask when I get back down. So, my chair will be to Buatsi.
First of all, good afternoon to everyone. I only have one rule that I'm the same like you. I'm sitting up here, but there's no difference between me and you. Please, I'm only here to tell you my experience, and you can tell me your experience. If you have questions, you ask. If I have questions, I'll ask too. So like Coach said, we all do boxing, and I think we know boxing is very dangerous. Coach, does everyone understand English, please, before I keep talking?
Yeah.
Am I speaking too fast or it's okay? Okay. So, everyone knows how dangerous the sport is. So I always say that in Ghana we must learn the safety aspects of it. I've been to Ghana a few times. I grew up here, but I've traveled a lot. And whenever I come to Ghana, I go to the gyms and I see what we do. The sport is very dangerous. Number one, if people spar without gum shields, for me, I like to eat, so if I spar without gum shields, it cuts up inside my mouth and my tongue will hurt. That one is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. The other thing that was very close to my heart was when I came, I saw the little children sparring each other, and I had to stop it, and I touched their head. And I said, your head is precious. Never let anyone hit your head. It's precious. When they spar each other, they have small gloves on, no head guard, no gum shield. And let me ask you a question. Is anyone paying them any CDs for doing that? No one is paying them. For me, I'll take this when I'm fighting and when I'm training, but someone will pay me for it. But if I'm not being paid, I'll be very safe in what I'm doing. Because if you get any injuries, they'll just throw you at the back of society. That's how it works. So it's very important that if we're training, because every day we train, if you're training, please wear a head guard, wear gum shield, make sure you spar each other in big gloves. Don't kill yourself in training, because the real fight is when you're in the ring. There's no head guard and the gloves are smaller, but in training, please wear head guard. It's very important. For me, I never spar without head guard. It doesn't mean I'm not tough. Everyone is tough. I know everyone of you in this room, I know you're tough. But when it's training, I'll wear a head guard. I'll make sure I have big gloves on. The person who I'm sparring, I'll make sure they have big gloves on too. I don't want anyone to come and hit me right now. Right now, I'm not getting paid, so no one is going to hit my head for free. And that's how you have to treat yourself. Because if boxing finishes today, you can say everything's okay. My head is okay, my arms is okay, you know, your mouth is okay. You don't want to say that somebody hurt you years ago, maybe when you were 10, somebody hurt you, now you're 20 and you can't do boxing, you can't work, and no one gave you any money for it. It's very important that we focus on the safety of the sport. If you ask Coach, I came to Ghana I think it was 2012. Yeah, because I was trying to go to the Olympics that year. I was 18, and in my style, the way I fight, I go forward, I fight and I fight and I fight. But when I came to Ghana, I said there's a new level of pressure. When the Ghanaian is fighting, the pressure they put on you. So I learned so much when I was in Ghana. I learned a lot. I learned when you fight with vim. You have to think, fight with vim and fight with power and strength. That's what I learned when I came back to Ghana. So when I went back to London, different style of fighting. Everything is different. The pressure is different. The power in the punches is different. I went to the Olympic Games in 2016 with Great Britain. And the funny story is, when I was in Ghana in 2012, they said there's a guy in your weight category called Ben Chabla from Algeria. They said he's number 1. Buatsi, you won't beat him, he's number 1. I said, I don't know. I've never seen the guy, I don't know. So that was in 2012. Then the next Olympics is 2016, which I went to. In the quarterfinals, who am I fighting? Ben Chabla. In my head, I'm like, I've heard this name before. They said this guy will beat me. They said he's good. I said, fine. You ask coach here. I don't want to brag, but I chased him about for 3 rounds. Like, the passion I had in that fight, because I've been told that years ago, when I was little, this guy will beat me. I said, not today, he won't beat me. But the things that I learned between 2012 and 2016 is, I'm not here because I have more talent than you. That's not why. It's only because of hard work. Every day I'm in the gym. When it's a good day, I'm in the gym. When it's a bad day, I'm still in the gym. It's not only good days you show up or bad days you show up. No, when it's good, you show up. When it's bad, you show up. And every day when I enter the gym, I have to learn something. If this coach is good at pressure fighting, I'll ask him. If this coach is good at head movement, I'll ask him. If this coach is good for fitness, I'll work with him. So you yourself, you have to think. Don't follow the crowd. Don't do what everyone is doing. When I was on the Olympic team in Great Britain, there's a program that we had. Monday to Thursday, we all travel and we stay in camp. And you go home for the weekend. But before the Olympic Games, I said, I can't do Monday to Thursday and think I'll do well. I'll do Monday to Sunday, then Monday to Sunday. And I stayed in camp for months on my own. When my friends went home on the weekend, I was still in camp. And by God's grace, I managed to qualify for the Olympics. I said, fine, this is good. But I said, I have to do the same again if I think I'm going to do well at the Olympic Games. So again, Monday to Thursday, my friends went home. I said, that's good. I even moved from London to Sheffield, which is where we train. I moved all my clothes there and I stayed there for months. And we saw when the Olympic Games come, we thank God by the grace of God, I got a medal. But again, it wasn't because I have talent, it's because of hard work. Every day I'm in the gym. Like I said, when it's a good day, I'm in the gym. When it's a bad day, I'm in the gym. And another thing that motivates me is I don't fight just for myself anymore. When I started, I used to fight because I wanted to win and I wanted to do a few things. But now there's people that I fight for. I fight so that I can gain a lot and give a lot back. You know, if you're successful, for me, everyone has a different definition of success. But I can't say I'm successful if only I'm the one that's enjoying everything. It can't just be me. My brother will enjoy it, my sister will enjoy it. It can't just be them. My uncles, my aunties, people that I don't know will enjoy it. Strangers I don't know will enjoy it. If I have something that somebody does and somebody doesn't have it, I'll give it to them if I can, because this life is only one, and I don't think I'm on top of anyone just because I did well in boxing. When Judgment Day comes, boxing doesn't matter. We're all the same. So in this life, I always say I'm the same as you, I'm the same as them. Okay, I won some titles, and you know, I can tell you a bit about it, and it's good, but it's not everything. Like, everyone is the same, you know. So that's the little bit that I have to say. right now I want to ask you guys if you have any questions, if you want to hear about my experiences, if you want to hear what I think about something. It's over to you guys now. I've done the talking, so you guys, you have to do some talking now.
Buatsi, I want to know. Okay, I want to know. You said you left the shore of Ghana about 5 years ago. Were you
Longer than that.
longer than that?
Yeah.
2012. How old are you?
29.
20. How old are you by then?
I was 18.
18.
Well, I left Ghana when I was 9.
Okay.
So I was here in Ghana till I was 9, then I went.
So you mean your parents are here?
My mom is here, my dad is in England. Yeah.
That's the reason why I want to ask.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
No worries. Any questions? I want to hear from you guys. You guys are the boxers, you know?
Questions.
Ekulo banye no wie gamie about translate ka blo for me. Yeah.
Please, just say something like that.
I have to give it that one. I'm so excited for treating everyone equally regardless. You know, there's differences between you and the Ghana WhatsApp. But the hate that you left Ghana to UK. You know, in our system it's very hard. We have a good WhatsApp whereby you might be at training, hard time, good times. But after training, you know, if you don't have a good management, WhatsApp can do a lot of things. Maybe something it doesn't have money to eat. There's no way you can become a champion. And that's the most challenges that we are facing in Ghana. Because our country is very, very hard. It's not easy. So we can't compare Ghana to UK.
It's true.
We have bosses among us, good talented bosses that they can be great in the future. But because of the system that we are, that's why everything is fucking up.
Good question. I understand that, and it's the same way I said to myself when I came to Ghana. Asked coach, I got here and I said, everyone on the team is better than me. I don't know what I was thinking when I came. I said, I don't know if boxing is big in Ghana, but everyone in the team was better than me. And when I went back to London, it's the same competition. You know, you get on the Olympic team, or even before you get on this competition, everyone wants to get on the team. When I got on the team, there were 6 men. So I said, the Olympics is in 2 years. How am I going to get ahead of the 6 guys? It seems impossible. But again, I can only say the grace of God. I don't have an answer to say to you, bro. You know, I understand the hustle and the struggle. You work out here, you train hard. Like you said, if there's no opportunity, how can you get out of it? It would be fake for me to say there's a way. It would be very fake if I sat here and said that. For me, I managed to get out. I thank my parents and everyone that helped. But it would be very fake if I sat here and I said there's a way out. You know, and for me, when I'm in London and I wake up and I feel lazy, I think about all you guys. I said, how can I be lazy? I'm here, there's opportunity. I have to work. I have to hustle because you guys are hustling when you don't know the end goal. For me, I don't know the end goal too, but you're right. I can pick up someone and say, look, give me this opportunity, do this, do that. But for you guys, I understand it's 10 times harder. So I'll never sit here and tell you it's the same. You know, I breathe the same air as you. I have similar struggles to you. In England, when you get there, it's different. It's like, oh, you're a foreigner. So that comes with its struggles too. But I will never sit here and say you guys struggle, it's easy, and if you just work hard, you'll get through. For me, I say it's by the grace of God. I don't have an answer to give you, but it's by the grace of God. That's all I can say. And I pray that your prayers and your hustle, God sees it and He rewards you. That's all I can say. Any more, please, come on. Your boxers. For me, I have questions that I want to ask, but for now, it's table's turn. You guys have to ask questions. Any question you want, you should ask. Go on, my man.
My question is, we are in Ghana here, but I was there one in boxing. anytime a boxer from Ghana fighting outside, he got lost. And I always ask myself, we don't train well, or what we need in the boxing, we are not getting it. That's the reason why when we get there, our boxers get there, they get lost. And I want to know the secret different there, why if our boxers get there, fight, get lost. I want to know the difference there.
Okay, good question. I don't think there's a secret to the boxing. It's hard work, but you need favor. Before my fights, when my mom is praying for me, she doesn't say hard work will win you the fight. She says hard work plus favor equals victory. We need favor from God because everyone works hard. You work hard, I work hard, everyone in this room works hard. Why the boxers, when they go to England, they may lose, I think it comes down to management again, because they'll give you short notice for the fight. They'll tell you 1 week, oh, we want you to go here and fight. Question? No. Okay, so they'll tell you you have 1 week, they want you to go to abroad to fight someone. It has to be management. Management will say, no, you're not ready to fight in 1 week, so we won't take the fight. But I understand because of the pressure and because we need that money, we need to get paid, people will take the fight last minute. You know, and again, it comes down to who's managing you. You don't have your interest. Because for me, I only try to work people that want Buatsi to win. Not someone that wants Buatsi to win so that they can get money. No. If it's that, I'll walk away from it, you know. But I understand, but I think it comes down to management. If your fighter is not ready, in this game, never fight if you're not ready. As you know, when you get in the ring, it's you or the other person. Outside the ring now, if that guy in the ring, that small boy, if he gives me a blow, I'll cry because it will hurt. Because I'm not fighting. But in the ring, my mindset is different. And I only step in that ring when I know I'm ready and it's time to fight. But again, I pray opportunities come for you when you're ready and you take them. Amen.
Like the way you said, I want to add some to your advice. Like the way my brother asked the question that he don't understand why when Ghanaians we travel to outside we lose fight, and you explain it. It's true. Most of the boxers, when maybe they bring short notice, like 2 weeks, 1 week, then they are rushing. If the coach said no, don't go, relax, he will fight with the coach. If even the coach didn't take time, he will leave the gym to another gym. So it's good. He asks you and you explain it to them. They should have patience with the coaches because we know what we are doing. And I'm the coach, you are the boxer. I know the feet you have, you cannot fight this person. So if I said don't go, you have to listen to me. And we plan for another time. But when, like the way you said, when they come with that short notice, maybe 2 weeks, 1 week, then they want to go because of money. You understand? So I thank you for your advice.
Any question?
Yeah. I want to ask again. What are the secrets to being the best now? I want to know that from before, so I can also work on it to be the best.
Okay. I don't think there's a secret to it or anything. Everyone works hard. But one thing I'll say is I'm obsessed. I only think about boxing. If you want me to play football, ice skating, basketball, I don't care for that. I do boxing. Everything I do is towards boxing. When I'm running, boxing. When I'm in the gym, boxing. If I'm at home, I'm on YouTube, boxing. Everything I do is boxing. This is what I want to do. Everything is boxing. I watch so many videos of fighters now, fighters back then. I see how they did it. I watch what they do, their body language. Everything is boxing. I want to do boxing, so everything is boxing. If you want to be a footballer, whenever I see you, you should have a ball by your feet. Everywhere you go, because that's what you want to do. And for me, it's boxing. My best friends, they're in boxing. Everything we do is boxing, so boxing has to be number one. And maybe that's the only secret I can say. Everything is boxing related. And again, I always say to you, the grace of God, because everyone works hard. So when I win, I can't say it's because I did this, that. I worked hard, but we also pray and we thank God for the win. Keep going. This guy with the hat, I want to hear your question. Who you? Yeah. Sorry.
Which year did you get professional?
2017.
How much before you taking the
16.
I went to the Olympic in 2016. So I was an amateur for 8 years. So 8 years, then I went in 2016. I turned professional 2017. I'm an Ewe. Yeah. I'm from the Buatsi region. I'm from Anyako and Bajame.
Oh, fine.
Yeah. Buatsi, yeah. Well, I was told a story yesterday, to be honest with you, but it's the Ewe Buatsi. But you're saying how am I called Buatsi? I know Buatsi is a tree name. What is it? It's an tree in Ashanti, yes, but there's the story that the guy said to me yesterday. I don't want to say it because I don't know how true it is, but I'm an Ewe.
One thing is in boxing, for Ghana community, sometimes for me fighting for today, maybe I can get a bad day. After for me dropping back where I belong, people be shouting on me, hey, wow, in the Ghana language, a year or a wow, and he's not winning box, maybe on that day for you fighting, maybe got a bad day on that day.
Yeah, it happens. That's why, like Coach said, if the coach says don't take the fight, don't take it. For me, if I'm going to fight someone, they'll say, this is the guy. Do you think you can beat him? I'll say, I don't care, ask my coach. My coaches pick who I fight because my coach sees me every day in the gym. It's not for the manager to tell me who to fight. It's your manager in the gym with you. This is it. The coach is in the gym with you every day. He's holding the pads. So the coach will look at me and say, Buatsi, this guy, you can beat him. Or he'll say, Buatsi, this will be a hard fight. You will win, but you won't get paid enough. You miss it. Or he'll say, actually, this guy, maybe 1 year or 2 years time, you meet him. So me, I'll say fine. If my coach says it, I'll say fine. But I won't go in there if my coach is saying, I don't think you beat this guy. My coach sees me every day. He knows what I'm good at, what I'm not good at. He sees me sparring every day. So I think listening to the coach is very important. But you yourself must know, coach, I can beat this guy. What do you think? If coach says no, why? Why do you not think? Coach might say, oh, because I saw knee beat you up. And you say, I let knee beat me up, but I can beat him up and show you. Then you work like that. But listen to the coach and listen to yourself.
Where you are, maybe I'll say from your weekend from Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
So in the days you train in your place, you have exactly day for, I would say, boxing classes like how we sit here and we are discussing about boxing, and I'll say you have some day like I'll say you have a day for boxing classes.
No, we don't have boxing classes like this, but one thing I do is whenever I meet anyone, I'll start talking to you. I want to learn what you're good at. Everyone has been through something, so for me, if I see you and you used to box, I'll always ask you a question. In London, I train in camp. Sometimes I do 5 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week, but it all depends. Not every day is bang, bang, bang. You can't do that. If I know I'm sparring tomorrow morning, this evening, the session can't be hard because I'm sparring tomorrow. Tomorrow is when I need all the energy to spar hard. If I know I'm sparring tomorrow morning, I won't do hard run tonight. Why? Because I need to spar tomorrow morning. Because my coach says, you're a boxer. Don't save your energy for running or weights. I need your energy when you're sparring, when you're hitting the bags, when you're doing the pads, that's when you need the energy for. So for training, train hard every time, but rest is very important. That's something I didn't know. I didn't know it, and sometimes I get into the ring and I'm already tired. I said, the fight hasn't started yet, why am I tired? My last fight after round 2, I was tired. I said, I have 10 more rounds to go. But in my head, I said, I'll keep going. But sometimes you have to rest, bro. If you keep training, your body will collapse on you. You need rest sometimes. So balance it, but you know hard work is all you do.
Thank you.
Yeah, 2 questions.
He said he has 2 questions for you.
You hear about the big boss get office bar. I'm sure you know about in effect, you know, I'm not going to office bar. It's no big boss. I can't wear no or use of tenancies. Look at me. We know we learn in tenancies say gym. Okay. The second
He said
I spoke about sparring, I spoke about the gumshoe, the head guard. What did he say about 10 ounce?
he said that why is it that when you are sparring, you use a different gloves?
Yeah.
And then when you are really fighting, you have it in another different gloves, different weights.
Okay, so
He was saying, during competition,
yeah.
you went there.
Yeah.
So he was saying, why don't you
Why don't you just say one of these
so that you
Okay.
can use you?
Yeah, so in competition, we use 10 ounce because the gloves are small. Yeah, that's in a real fight. That's how boxing is. In training, I don't use 10 ounce because it's not a fight. I don't want my face to mark up. You don't want to hurt anyone. You have to use bigger gloves, and it protects your hands as well. When there's a real fight, they'll give. Oh, do you have to convert?
Catching, we use Admonished, we can fit training. Opla, money, we can smart, money, apply. She caught him, you're fighting, but there's no one of them, I will be, can we only, I use on a kind of only, on a kind of, they will be sent.
Second question now, if you about man, if you about Asani Obo Kochisa, she will be an or problem or your can at the fight about 2 weeks. The manager at the fight about 2 weeks. Will be an outside there. I'm coaching said they are managers. I'm sure going to our coaching side. If you will be anywhere coach, then we're a manager. Okay, manager at the fight about 2 weeks. You take you will coach about that issue. At the fight about 2 weeks, coach about the car. Okay, manager at the coach of you but not okay.
He's saying that at your end, is your coach the same person as your manager? Because in this case, here in Ghana, there is a manager and there is a coach. And whoever makes the fight is the manager. So if the manager comes and says that boxer in 2 weeks, I've secured a fight for you, you have to go and fight. And you, the boxer, comes to the manager and tells the coach that, coach, this is what manager is saying. And you listen to your coach, manager becomes annoying, and then maybe there will be misunderstanding. So try and then bridge the gap. How do you do it so that in your case, you can have a smooth understanding?
So in London, there's a manager and there's a trainer. 2 separate people. But some coaches are also managers. A coach can be a manager. For me, I only work with a coach that can be a manager. So it's one person. I don't want a coach and I don't want a manager. They will disagree. You see, that's why I said to you, the best person to see you fight is your trainer. That's your coach. If your coach is your manager, he's only going to make you fight when you're ready. The manager walking in the street is not going to come in the gym and say, oh, you're fighting in 2 weeks. He doesn't see you every day. So for me, I try to make sure my coach is my manager because he will manage me well as to when he thinks I'm going to win, if he thinks I'm going to beat the person. So for me, I try to make sure it's the same person.
A follow-up to that. Does that mean Virgil is your manager?
Yeah, anything that comes, I'm self-managed, but anything that comes, I say, Virg, these are the people they want me to fight. Choose and tell me later on. That's what he does. I wouldn't say, I've chosen to fight this guy, so let's go. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. It's louder.
I don't know, maybe we spoke about it earlier because I came in late. And I wanted
I can hear you, bro. Go on, I can hear you.
I wanted to ask a few questions. First of all, some of the biggest challenges you face when you step into boxing, when you start boxing, and some of the things that kept you motivated and kept going. And as a brother, maybe.
Let me answer the first two. Yeah, so some of the challenges I faced. The first challenge was my parents are Ghanaian. When I said I wanted to do boxing, they said no. I said why? They said, we brought you from Ghana to London and you say you want to do boxing. We brought you to London so that you can do education. And this is something that I have to tell all of you. Education is important. I'm not your mom, I'm not your dad, but it's very important. Because right now, I do boxing, but I went to college, I went to university. So when they bring paperwork in front of me, I can read and understand it. The guy next to me is not gonna lie because he thinks I can't read and say, oh, sign this, it means they'll give you 100 Ghana. If you sign for 100 Ghana, you're not getting the whole 100. You have to pay your trainer, your manager, you have to pay the taxman. If you're lucky, you have 40 Ghana left. But if you haven't been to school to learn how to read and write, you will sign it because all you heard was 100 Ghana. So education is very important, bro. So the challenges I faced was balancing education and boxing. But I made sure I did it. It's very important. And if I'm gonna tell anyone to do anything, I'll say do boxing, but make sure you have education as a backup. Make sure, it's very important. Wait, one minute. What was the other one? What was the other question?
What keeps you going?
What kept me going? Two things that kept me going. Proving to my parents that I can do well in education, but also do well in boxing. That was number one. The second thing was, as I said, I don't fight for myself anymore. Thank you. I don't fight for myself anymore. I fight so that I can gain a lot and give a lot. So that always motivates me all the time.
Okay, last one. Please,
And if you were to advise, if you were to advise all of us here, what kind of advice would you give us? Some of us are facing a lot of challenges.
Advice I'll give you is, as I said, it's easier to sit here and to say a whole load of stuff because like Big Man said, I live in London. Your struggles are different to my struggles, but I'll say to be consistent in training. That's the only reason why I think I've got to where I've got to. I was consistent, but I always say favor. I tell you, my mom texts me, favor plus hard work equals victory. It's not hard work equals victory. You need favor. If I go somewhere, someone might just look at me and say, this guy, I like him, so I'm going to help him. You might walk somewhere, someone will say, this guy with a hat, I don't like him. And they'll close the door for you. So you need favor. I'm not saying to bow down to man. You should never bow down to man, but always pray to God for favor.
I'm a common of that. Can't pay my own another woman. I'm a few of us in this. Look at that, like a post.
Okay. He says that there is this notion that any Ghanaian boxer that gets to the UK to fight any of the stars in the UK, there are ways and means. That's the perception. That you don't bring that title, the UK title, back home. You don't let the UK title. What?
You don't let the UK title.
Yes, you will not get that title.
You not get the big.
The Commonwealth title, if you are a boxer here, and there is a champion in UK having the Commonwealth title, and you want to fight the person, if you are lucky, you allow you to fight, but you will not win. You bring the title back. What pushes them to do that?
What pushes them to do that?
Yes, so every day he stays.
But there's corruption in a lot of things, and that comes with it. But the same challenges you face in the amateurs, if you go and fight someone in Turkey, they'll just say unless you knock the person out, you're not going to win. It's all around the world. So for me, when I was in the amateurs, when I went to a different country that I know they didn't want the English people to win, I fight hard because I don't want to give it to the judges because the judges will never give it to me. So I fight hard. You have to take control of the fight and hopefully come out on top.
I mean, let the Taba open it, I can jam you. I'm a small by when she got a look in that's like about John Oakley out. I don't want more fame when I get but here in your book, the way and she will look at me the way you're judging the what you say?
Now, I want to know from you, if you retire from boxing and you are a promoter, how will you manage Ghana team and UK team?
Ghana and UK team. If I retire from boxing, I think the best thing to do is to put the TV on the Ghanaian boxers. Get them to fight in different countries. Just put the limelight on them. You know, I wouldn't say to only make them fight in Ghana. Let them go to England. Let them fight people, but with notice. Remember, no short notice. If you take a fight that's too late, you lose the fight. So give them enough notice. You try and bring equality, but it's hard for me to talk about it because right now I'm a boxer. I don't know what a promoter does. I'm not a promoter, so if I start talking about this and that, it's a lie because I'm not a promoter. For now, I'm a boxer. I don't understand how promotion works. I want to say just give everyone a fair opportunity, the same opportunity. No, man, let me hear this guy first. Let me hear him first.
If you look at about
okay. Is that yes?
You come to gym.
Just
But what?
Why should a boxer always train?
Why? Oh.
Is it good for a boxer to always train?
Yeah, you always have to train. I mentioned resting is good, but go on.
I don't know because of this tradition we should know sports. Okay. But I said she I'm doing boxing. Got all the things you have to train. She Ghana you know about training, make job die training. You get the best again. I'm actually after plan now. So we don't my direction is in the country. But boxing say we aspect na issue say only we go na the boxing we that they good at the boxer anytime and some training. They no go need to at least
Okay. What he wanted to say was that it is good you raised the point that on good days and bad days you have to train. But he wants you to motivate them the more so that the perception out there, when people start criticizing them, you are not good, you are still going to training. If one you need to rest, you are still going to training. So that they become mentally tough, that every day they will keep on, whether good or bad, they can keep on going so they don't listen to the people outside.
Advising them. When I started boxing, nobody told me in 8 years' time, not in 1 year or 2 weeks or 4 years, in 8 years' time, nobody says I was going to win the medal. But every day I went to that gym. I didn't know, but every day I pick up my bag, I said, I'm going to go to the gym. If it's good, I'm going to be in the gym. If it's bad, I'm still going to be in the gym. So just let him know that this is life. You don't know when the price is going to come. But I do the same thing every day, like the price is going to come, but you don't know when it's going to come. So consistency all the time. Consistency.
when you're good, when you're bad days. But train you will not go and train. Because the papa will back to me. Why you buy a woman? The branch of Iowa. She done a camo. The way they like it, I only do. The non they go and get it. Near tree. The way you want it, but she had a home family of it. Camo yaki. Who are trained the Ashibini. Only bashing on the table. Again. Over here.
I want to ask you, how is the
You move
you should train every day.
Yeah.
You like this, you have no money for the training. You get some vitamin.
Say that again. Start again, please. Just a bit louder.
Like you like this, after training, getting some vitamins or medicine to keep your body.
Yeah.
I really like this. It's going to be one of the get some medicine.
Nutrition. Okay.
So the trainer every day train.
So I was saying that train every day, but you need rest. So if there's 7 days in a week, during training camp, I do 5 days and I rest 2 days. The supplements that you're talking about, I only take a little bit of supplements, not too much, but I try and eat natural food, good food. Nutrition is important. I'm not that good at it, but it's important. But in terms of supplements and vitamins, eat fruits, eat vegetables, they're natural foods, and that's the best thing that will keep the body going. It's the best thing, it's natural.
My last question is,
Your last question.
boxer, my mentor is Miguel Cotto. I want to know your mentor, so maybe there's something special on your mentor and I need to learn from my mentor is Miguel Cotto.
So my favorite, first of all, to answer, you don't have to learn who I like to be good. It's just who I like. It doesn't mean that's why I'm good. When you're successful, it's not because of Miguel Cotto. It's because of you and the coaches and the people around you. But my favorite boxer is Joe Frazier, the guy that beat Muhammad Ali. That's my favorite boxer. So I watch a lot of Joe Frazier.
There's one here.
Sorry, let this man
Smoking Joe.
In our children, it is good to share.
Really lift up your muscle.
In our children, it is good to share with
You mean in the amateur level, it's good for a boxer to share more weight.
Is it good for boxers to shed more weight at the amateur level?
The weight thing is a tricky one because if you're big at the weight, then you're big and you're strong. But it's very dangerous. People die from doing weight the wrong way. When you don't drink water and you wear the sweatsuit and you run in the sun, but you don't put that water back in you, it's dangerous, bro. This is your brain and this is your skull. When they hit you in the chin, your brain hits the skull. That's how you get knocked out. And between the skull and the brain, there's fluid, there's water. If you're dehydrated, your skull is next to your brain like this. So when they hit you, you go to sleep straight away. But if you're hydrated, there's a gap, so the skull can move. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. So if you dehydrate yourself, the skull is right next to the brain. When they hit you, it will shake straight away. But I have to say, that's the most important thing. Killing yourself, and that the heat outside is hot. When I'm here, I'm just losing weight and I'm not even training. But you guys, you wear the sweatsuit, you run outside, bro, it's dangerous, man. It's very dangerous. I understand you want to be the biggest at your weight and the strongest, but lose the weight from dieting. Learn how to diet properly. If you want to eat a plate this big, half it. Only eat this one. It will be good food, eat it. But the dehydration and, bro, when the water leaves your body, it's not good. And then on top of that, they hit you in the head. Remember, the head is the most precious thing. When you're dehydrated and they hit you in your head, the brain will swell. It will swell, and you don't want your brain to be swollen. So please, I'll say, try and lose weight from dieting. Yeah, don't drink don't stop drinking water. You have to drink water. It's the most important thing. And the sweatsuit, wearing sweatsuit out there is murder. You shouldn't do it, man. But I understand it's the culture, but we have to change this culture. Don't get me wrong, I work very hard to take the weight off. I have to diet, I have to run. I'm a boxer. My natural weight is not what I fight at. I understand that, but I don't try to cut out water and everything. It's not good. The head is the most important thing. And remember, if your brain is like this, once they hit you, that's it. You know? Now this guy in the ring.
Yes, I just wanted to say that thank you so much for coming by. I'm a filmmaker. I'm actually researching for a short story I'm working on. And so I've been coming back and forth for the last 2-3 weeks. And so this for me is amazing, just so I can have a little in-depth. I have no experience with boxing. This is my first time that I'm interacting with it. And I was just going to say that for every one of you who wins a title, wins a medal, goes to the Olympics, there's like another 1,000 that may be better than you, but will never make it because opportunity is never there. And so when I see these brothers, the things they do in this country and the things they have to endure to be able to make it, I don't know how to do it. Because of course you go to the gym, you work out, you go get a sports science, you check your brain, you check your muscles. These people work out and they have to go to work for like 6-7 hours, come back to the gym and work out. And so I salute them for what they're doing, but again, the point is that they understand. In my film, it's the same thing. It's a struggle for a little kid who becomes a world champion. But the point is understanding that you have to want it. Regardless of the challenges, you have to want it. You have to look at yourself every day and say, hey, listen, I will make it. And yes, you have the issues with bills and hospital bills and rent and accommodation. There's no money, you're hungry, but you have to make it. My question though is, what do you think is the responsibility for those of you who live in the diaspora, right? Who at least made a little progress for yourselves. So for example, you spoke about head guards and shows and stuff. I've always wondered, what role do you guys play in helping the people here? So for instance, if you went to a gym, I'm sorry. Okay, all right.
And I can't speak about what other boxers are gonna do. I'll speak for myself. That's why for me, I say it's important to bring equipment here, but you can't stop there. We have to teach how you use those equipment. You can't stop there. You have to teach the coaches to teach the boxers. And we can't stop there also. We have to teach the boxers to understand how to do it. Because, like I said, if you're their age, your brain is not fully developed yet. It hasn't grown. And no one should be hitting you on your head. This girl's head is precious. No one should be hitting her on her head. Not at all. Not with a head guard, not with small gloves. If she hasn't got gumshoe, no one should be hitting her. And it's the same everywhere. For me, I'm grown, but I would never let anyone hit my head without a head guard, unless I'm fighting. It's a dangerous sport. So for me, my responsibility, yes, to try and educate, to bring back things so that we can improve the safety aspect of boxing. So with that comes long life, man. You don't want to cut your life short because of boxing. Boxing is something you do for a short period of time. It's not something that you do when you're old. It's a short period of time. Any more?
Yeah, I have one.
So, where are you fighting?
That'll be last one.
Wait.
Light heavyweight.
What's your record?
16 and 0.
Hero.
13.
13.
Okay. Ideally, for these boxers who haven't gotten the opportunity to be outside, how does an ideal boxing gymnasium looks like? And vis-a-vis what you've seen here, what can they do to improvise? I know you bring them stuff to use, but how does it look like?
It looks like this. Boxing is very simple. You have a ring, you spar it. You have maybe 2 or 3 punch bags. That's it. If you have a nicer ring, it doesn't make you better. If you have more punching bags, it doesn't make you better. If you want to win and you want to learn, you want to listen to your coach who's got the experience and you want to take on board what he's saying, that's how you learn, that's how you improve, and by having fights. But the most important thing is that the coaches have the boxers' interest at their heart. Like the coaches love the fighters. If you know this fight is not good for your man, don't put him in. if you know this fight is good for your man because it will help him learn, put him in the fight. But make sure you protect your fighters at all times, because the fighters will fight anyone, but the coaches protect them. Love them like it's your son, and that's what I say. For the media, how I deal with it, coming to speak to you guys, my friend said, am I shy? I said, yeah, a little bit. She said, why? I said, because these guys are boxers just like me. I'm not anything above them to talk to them and to give them advice. But with the media in England, if I'm talking in front of the camera, I imagine I'm speaking to my friend. They'll ask me questions, I'll just answer. If there's cameras, fine. If there's no cameras, fine. But the media is a tricky thing, because when you're on top, they'll praise you. If you do anything bad or you lose, they'll insult you. So for me, when I want to do media, I'll do it. If I don't want to do media, I won't do it. You make sure you do it on your own terms. But to an extent, it's important to do it because it gets your name out there. But never let what's on media get into your head. Don't let social media or what anyone says get into your head. If you believe something, make sure you keep it in your head and you believe in it. Don't let outside information come and twist your head. That's it? Oh yeah. Is that it for the questions, or I'll deal with that?
I want to ask the question. Like you were saying, the coaches should take the boxers as their son, should treat them as their own. The one thing we've come to notice here in Ghana is that sometimes the coach will start with the boxer from probably juvenile stage. When the boxer gets to a place, the money zone where everybody can enjoy, so that it will be a win-win for everybody. So that the coach will also get the fruit of his labor, and then the boxer will leave. And then the boxer will start saying, bring in parents and friends and managers and stuff. So what can you tell the bosses? Because sometimes it is a lot of sacrifice to be a coach in Ghana. We get to know that in UK, even when the boxer is going to the gym, sometimes they pay something, or they are supposed to give something to the gym. I don't know if it happens everywhere, but that is what we've heard. And we don't get it like that here. So when the boxers tend to leave the coaches, along the way, it's something. So
I'll give you an answer. So for me, I trained with my coach when I was 15 till maybe 26. I left him recently and he was very upset. It's like, oh, we've come this far. Like you said, why are you leaving me? Why did you leave? For me, I said, I have one opportunity at this career. It's not two, it's not three, it's only one. I said to myself, I need to go to a coach who can improve my defense. For attacking, I can attack. We can all attack. But for my defense, I need someone that can teach me that. So for me, there's nothing wrong with if I say, Mr. Alex there is a defensive genius. I need to improve my defense. Thank you for all the work you did. I'm going to go with Mr. Alex. You can come and be on our team, but he will be the head coach. If he says fine, then fine, you make it work. If he disagrees, then he disagrees. Because the worst thing you can do is stay where you're staying because you were loyal, and when you're 40, you say, if I left this guy and went to him, he would have improved my defense, I would have been good, I would have beaten this guy and that guy. If you do that, you live in regrets. So for me, if Mr. Alex is good at defense and I need to improve my defense, I'll say to my coach, let's join team with this guy. You've been there from the beginning. stay with me, but Mr. Alex will improve my defense so we can get into bigger fights and we can win bigger fights. But if the coach says, I'm not going to join because I've been there from the start, then the boxer needs to make the decision, because life will still go on and you don't want to be 40 or 50 and say, again, I didn't do well because I stayed with this guy and he didn't help me. A good coach will say, fine, let's bring this guy on, let's see what he can do, because I want you to improve. I want you to be the best. And they'll add to you and you'll be the best.
It's good that you have spoken to the boxers about how you feel about this question.